Thanks, George. I was on mute. Good morning. Thanks, George. So you didn't hear the first 2 minutes of my spiel. So basically, and I'll make it quick. Last night we had friends over, and it was the first time we've had friends over in 2 months since early December. First time I've had like face to face personal interaction in since Christmas. So it was very nice to have people over and interact. I feel socially awkward because the only in-person conversation I have is with the cashier at Target, grocery store, and the post office. So good morning, guys. Dan, Herman, Zach, more snow. Zach, yes, we are getting more snow here. Our sub-zero temps are about finished. We've been going on 2 weeks now, 2 straight weeks of below zero lows. We received 2 inches of snow overnight, Thursday night into Friday morning. My snowblower, it was just enough to run the snowblower. If it wasn't so cold, I would have shoveled, and I actually ended up shoveling. I did a couple sweeps with it because it was so cold. We had like 10, 20 below zero wind chills. So my snowblower ran out of gas, so I got some gas midday and did a couple sweeps of shoveling. So it wasn't too bad. It was also light and fluffy snow. That really helps. And then, yes, I wake up this morning. We're supposed to get like another 2 to 3 inches today. Current temp 6 below zero. That's the actual temperature. Thanks, Dan, for the update. 66 degrees. That's awesome. 6 degrees below zero here. Our high is 0. Yes, next weekend is the upswing. So we've got like 3 more days of below zero temps, and then it's finally going to warm up into the 20s. So I think as I was looking on my the weather app on the iPhone, next weekend our lows are like 21 above zero, 21 degrees in the positive direction. I can't wait. It's going to feel like summer. Because right now it's 6 below zero. I think our lows the next 2 nights are 11 below zero. So enough about the stupid cold weather. I'm ready for baseball, and we are just a couple weeks away. We had big news as a Cubs fan. Jake Arrieta is coming back. I'm excited because it reminds me of his 2015 and 2016 campaigns. Like his 2016 was like the greatest season as a pitcher ever. You could argue Bob Gibson back in George could answer this, whatever. Gibson had an amazing season. Arrieta had an amazing 2016. So he's back. He is a shell of his former self. He struggled in Philadelphia, but I'm glad to have him back. I was actually texting this morning with my buddy Dave. We go to Cubs convention card shows together. And I said, how about Arrieta coming back? This is cool, even though he's a shell of his former self. And Dave's response was, the entire Cubs roster is a shell, so he fits in nicely, which was very well put. That is exactly the case. But it's great to have Jake back. It's not like we have a full 5-man rotation. It's like a bunch of chunks of pitchers. We've got Kyle Hendricks and then 4 other guys. So it's nice to have Arrieta back. So that was big news last night. Spring training starts, pitchers and catchers report in, I'm not sure how many days, but it's like 2 weeks. I know we're 47 days away from opening day. Tops is out this week. So like the signs of spring, Dan's summer shandy is on the shelves in Wisconsin. So all signs are pointing that, yes, spring is coming. At some point, spring is coming. So I made it a hobby day Friday, and I wasn't planning on getting some Happy Meals from McDonald's. There's the Pokemon fever, and I had zero plans. I have zero knowledge of Pokemon. Pokemon came along like when in the late 90s. I was already in high school, so I was not in on the Pokemon craze. Know nothing about Pokemon. And McDonald's, there's like people are like hoarding McDonald's Happy Meals for these Pokemon cards. I had no interest. 68. Thank you, George. Bob Gibson's 68 season. I had no interest in McDonald's Happy Meals, but Brad was talking yesterday and he's like, hey, if you send me a pack of Pokemon cards, I'll send you this Wilson Contreras. So I'm like, oh, hey, sweet. It's Friday. We need groceries anyway, so may as well have a lunch in the drive-thru. So I decided, I'm like, well, I'm gonna get in on this. So and plus Happy Meals, it's been 30 years since I've had a Happy Meal. So it's been 30 years, and I'm glad I bought 2 Happy Meals because one would not have been enough for an adult. Pokemon started in 96. Okay, so I was like a freshman in high school. So I bought 2 Happy Meals, couple hamburgers, got the extra fry. So it was like 2 Happy Meals was good. I actually didn't even finish the fries. And that was probably because I ate in the Target parking lot, which I'll get to in a moment. So this pack is going to Brad. We made a trade, and I also have a couple Pete Alonsos I'll add to it. And then this one for myself. So I'm going to open this now, and I don't know if any of you guys know anything about Pokemon. US in 98. Okay. So there's this thing. Oh, that's cool. It's like stickers. So, and then somebody said, oh, did you have the Pikachu box? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's in the trash. So I literally dug it out of the trash because apparently even the boxes are selling. So here's the pack of Pokemon cards, and it sounds like to combat flippers and hoarders, they're going to like keep the printer presses going on these. So I'm glad I didn't, buy hoard. So I'm just gonna open this. I don't know how many cards. I don't know anything. Dan, do you know anything about Pokemon? Okay, so we've got 4 cards. This looks like a foil. So I'm guessing maybe a foil comes in every pack. It's a foil of Litten Basic. I don't know what that means. This is a basic. They're all basics, which I don't know if that means anything. Snivy. And then we've got Tepig, and Turtwig. You get one of those in each pack. Okay. So foil Litten. So I'll just probably go on eBay and put them up for 99 cents or whatever the comps are. So that was my Pokemon run. Zach misses the wrestling talk. Is my internet bad? I see Dan's comment no, and my connection is unstable. So let me know if I'm live. Zach misses the wrestling talk. I don't have much wrestling talk. I don't think I have anything to talk about right now. But I can find some wrestling to talk about. Dan doesn't want it. So I finished my Happy Meals in the Target parking lot, and so I had some intel. That I was joking comparing it to Pokemon. Okay. So you'd rather hear wrestling than Pokemon, but you'd rather hear Zero. Okay, got it. So I was in the parking lot. I had some intel that the Target vendor, or the XL vendor was at Target, the one closest to my house. Said there was like a line of like 30 people. But so Ryan, my guy here, he like goes and he's a ripper. He's a ripper. So he'll go wait in line, but he's like me. He's not gonna flip the sealed boxes. He's gonna come home and rip them. So he goes and he's like, yeah, there's like 30 plus people here, but he was at on the far east side of us. It's actually Sun Prairie, which is like northeast suburb, I guess you could say, of Madison. He was there, and they stock like a day early on Thursday, and he went back after everybody. So basically, you get your so you sign up, and you're in a queue for Target, and you get called up, and you get one of each, whatever. And once everybody that's in the queue goes through, then you can go back through, and you can just repeat. It's kind of like the baseball draft. Like it's more like the Rule 5 draft, where because that's more representative. So teams pick 2 rounds, all teams pick, and then the third round, like half the teams bow out. They're like, I've got my fill, I don't need any more. The fourth round, you've got some more teams bow out, and then by the fifth round, like everybody's done. So that's how it works here at our Target stores. So he said after everybody went through their 2-3 times, he took a picture of the shelves, and it was just filled of 2021 tops. So I think they printed it to the moon. So I didn't want to battle the lines, and so I did my errands first. Ran to the post office, got my Happy Meals, ate my lunch, and then I went into Target. So this was cool. This was a cool Target experience. So I walk in, and the cards are, right near the entrance where guest services is. So I walk up, and there were 2 kids, and there was a fully stocked shelf of cards. So I'm talking football playbook, which I don't know anything about, Chrome update, 2020 Chrome update, 2021 tops everywhere, every SKU, mega boxes, blasters, hangers, fat packs. It looks like the vendor literally stocked the shelf and nobody bought a thing. It looked freshly stocked, yet 30 people already had gone through and got their pick or more. So there were 2 kids, I'd say probably 8 and 10 years old. And like, as I walked up, one of them's like, "Oh my God, I've never seen this many cards. This is so cool." And it was just great, because you don't see that. You see the rippers and flippers, guys like me who just go in, rip some cards. Matthew, what's up? Good morning. You see the flippers, they're going to hit this store and run to the next store. But I got to see the other side, and we always joke that save some for the kids. And usually when people utter those words, it's because they want to save some for the kids, which i.e. save them for me, not the kids. So it's just kind of a running gag, like, oh, it saves some for the kids. Me as an adult. So it's so awesome to see kids like actually interested in sports cards, and that save some for the kids actually does have some true meaning, even though a lot of people just say it because they're jealous, they want them for themselves. So the dad comes up, and I just kind of stood back. They were both like up on the card section. So I just I was patient, just, even though there was plenty to go around, I just kind of wanted to soak it all up. And because this is new territory. Like the last 6 months, all I've seen at the card section is flippers and adults that, I know, what they're there for. So it's nice to see actual kids interested in cards, talking about cards. So the dad comes up, and, one of them's like, "Wow, Dad, look at all these cards." And the dad's comment was, "This is great. Now I don't have to pay double on eBay." So it was so cool to see. In the meantime, a mom came up with 2 more kids looking at cards. So it was just a really cool experience, because the shelves were stocked full of cards, and that there were a bunch of kids that were interested in trading cards, and sports cards. So I picked up 2 blasters, because I've got, I put an order in for 3 blasters from Target online. My tracking says they should be delivered tomorrow. So maybe I'll have a rip tomorrow. I was able to get 2 hobby boxes from Tops, and then I've got those retail boxes from Toy Wiz whenever they come. Same with Tops. I haven't received any notifications. So I've got plenty of Tops coming. So I'm just kind of, I always, even though I have stuff ordered, I just, if I see it on the shelf, I have to pick some up. So I got 2 blasters, and I picked the right ones, and I just picked the first 2 that were on the shelf. And I did video, so you can watch my full videos on Twitter. I went Twitter live with them last night. So I'm always interested. What's the first card of 2021? And the first card, he's no longer a Cub, but he's in a Cubs uniform. A Cubs card was card number 1 for 2021. This is awesome. Yu Darvish. So my first Cubs card. So in that blaster, so that was my first blaster. First card was a Cub, Yu Darvish. And then the very last, I always save the relic pack for last. Look at this. Ernie Banks manufactured relic was the last card in the first box. It was a perfect bookend for my first break of 2021. And then I also, among the 2 blasters, got the Nico Horner Future Stars. I actually pulled doubles of Darvish and Ian Happ. And then, I pulled doubles of Horner also. So I got doubles of Darvish, Happ, and Horner. So how many was that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 Cubs cards in the 2 blasters. So before I get to my hits, what's George saying? Did any of you see the tweet about the guy selling PSA labels that have been cracked out for $10 each on eBay? Wow, no. I've seen like I'm thinking of sticker autos, where I see people selling like sticker autos where then you can slap it on a card. But no, I've never seen anybody selling PSA labels. That's wow. That's some shady stuff. So then we get into some of the hits. So I love the 86 inserts. Now, 86, what's up, Matt? Good morning. 86 is one of those designs that's kind of getting overused. We've seen so many reprints of 83, 85, 87, now 86. I'm kind of getting tired of some of these reprints. Pulled a Bo Bichette. I think I got doubles. Jordans. Oh wow, these are really nice. Chrome 52 chrome Verlander, very nice card. I love these 52 throwbacks from 52. For Herman, let's see. I pulled some Tatis. Got the 52, and then the base card, and then here's the tuck has been these stupid inserts. I hate these because you pull them and you think, oh my God, it's because it looks, especially in hand, it looks like a real auto, and they're confusing everybody. But it's just a reprint of a card that's 2 years old, not even. Bowman's Best comes out at the end of the year, so this is like a 1-year-old card. I freaking hate these. 52, Gleyber Torres. Also in the second box, I pulled the Mike Trout home run challenge. So that's a good card. Let's see. Chrome Josh Bell. Got the Jeter 86. So I talked about kind of those 80s cards. They're really overusing them on reprints, but they're not on 88. So it was so awesome to see the 88 Topps design, Vlad Jr. I hate this set because there's just nothing in it. It's bland, but you know what? After everything else is getting overused, I kind of like it. I kind of like the 88 Topps. And this was the first year in the hobby for me. I don't remember. I was only 6 years old. I don't remember much of it. but I remember opening like maybe a pack of these as a little kid. I remember 88 Donruss and 88 Topps football. But this was like the first year in the hobby and never, yeah. Dan, I would agree with you. 88 on any list, I would put 8 Topps design of the other designs overused. But I would agree, 88's the worst of the 80s. Another 52 Alec Baum. And then the second Man U relic was Pedro. So then I got two bigger hits. This is the platinum Michael Lorenzen. This is numbered 1 of 70. So it's an eBay 1 of 1. Michael Lorenzen, 1 of 70. I think this is called a platinum parallel. So that was a nice hit. And then I didn't even realize what I pulled at first. But this was the pull of this may be, out of everything I bought. We'll see when the rest of my 2021 Topps comes in. But this card that I pulled yesterday out of my blaster may be like the best hit I get out of all the boxes I pull. It's a Joe Adell rainbow foil. So that was a really cool hit. So that may go down as my best hit of 2021 Topps. So those were some of my hits. By the way, I got some packages from Zach. Sorry, I have not opened them yet. Plan on it maybe tonight, tomorrow morning. So Zach sent me a couple. This is from my buddy Brian. Brian is the director of ticket sales for the Chicago Cubs, and he's sent me a couple of the season ticket holder sets. And so that's a season ticket holder set. So I'll show that stuff off tomorrow. How much would you guys pay for a loose starting lineup figure shipped? I'm not into starting lineups, so I would probably be the I made it. What's up, Brian? I would not be the person to ask on starting lineups. I only have a few Cubs starting lineups in my collection. I typically, like, if I saw them at a garage sale or somewhere, I would say $1, but shipped, I don't know. And if you're a collector, like if you're actually collecting the starting lineups, more. But see, I'm not a starting lineup collector or fan. Top $8. So yeah, I think that's fair. And it all depends, because I know that, some are, more rare than others, only looking for certain players loose. Yeah, there's not much. Starting lineups have this kind of strange niche. There's a starting lineup group here in the States that they have like these, like in it's almost like a swap meet, a flea market type thing, where all these guys get together in like a parking lot and have these swap meets for starting lineups. I have a friend of mine who is kind of a collector of them, and he's in like some of the groups and stuff, and he buys them from really for really cheap. Yeah, Brian says they haven't retained much value. Yeah, really, there's some that are more rare than others. In the package. Yeah, because loose, they're a few bucks. Just got a Jackie Robinson for Porter, and that was competitive. 10 to 12, and most of that would be shipping. Yeah. I only have a few in my collection. I was never I had friends that were big starting lineup. My buddy Scott, best man in my wedding, he had shoe boxes full of them, and we would put them on the floor and play with them, as kids. But I wasn't much of a starting lineup fan. CUIG member Kirch has an amazing display in his house, but I stopped following him. And McFarland's, I never got into McFarland. I have a friend that he's a big Minnesota Vikings fan. He's a McFarland collector, which they're basically like a little, a little better, I guess, than the classic starting lineups. I do love starting lineup cards. I was actually going through a trade box that I got last week, and there were a couple old like Jody Davis and Sean Dunston starting lineup cards. Those are super cool. But I'm a cards guy, so I liked those. So that's about all I had for today. Today I do. My wife's got some work all day, so I may make a card shop run. I need some penny sleeves. And my card shop actually has like better than online prices for penny sleeves. And I've got a couple rows to still sort through some of the dollar boxes. So I may make a card shop run later today, pick up some penny sleeves and maybe dig in through a dollar box. So that's all for today. Maybe if I get an itch, I'll buy another blaster or two of tops. And then I'll show off. So tomorrow I'll show off the Cubs from Brian, the Cubs from Zach, and that's all for today. So thanks for chatting. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great Saturday.